Guys, this is my first video. I'm doing a channel with a friend of mine, Rob. We're both into the same sort of things for a sort of hobby, a pastime to get away from the normal run-of-the-mill work. Yeah, I think everyone needs an escape every now and then just to clear the mind, and we both share the same interest in that, and we both like to be outdoors. We like to go camping. We like to go to places with a bit of interest, historical interest maybe, or scenic interest. Sometimes you can get both in one trip, which is always nice. So we thought what we would do is we would try and bring some people along with us if you know you feel like something you might want to watch. This is obviously the first introduction video. Haven't done one before, so there's no one to watch, but obviously everything starts somewhere, and this is the start. I've been out and bought a gimbal for the phone. It's the first time of using that. I had a practice last night with my other half, but only indoors, and it was pretty hard to work it out, but ignore the dog. My other half has now, well, in the early hours of this morning, she's gone away to visit her mum for a couple of weeks. So I thought, why not today try and get out and get some footage for you guys, just to see who I am, hear a little bit about what we're about, and yeah, as you can see, the weather, well, you might not be able to see on here, but the weather has really let me down. I've got everything ready, charged the phone up, charged the gimbal up, went for a shower, came down, and it's chucking it down. So according to my good friend Rob, who's going to be part of this channel, the weather has set in, and there's a warning across this part of the country for weather, so it's unlikely. If you look up onto the cliffs behind, there's a fort up there. I went up there earlier to try and get some footage for you, just to, really for practice as well, but that is probably only about a couple of minutes before the rain came down, and I don't know if this gimbal is waterproof. I know that. All right. I was just in the process of telling you about what I'd done earlier, and there's a lot of pigeons that have just walked over to the van, and the dog's seen them. So she's singing to them now. But yeah, I went up to the fort. Gray, shush, please. I went up to the fort earlier, tried to get some footage. Didn't really work because of the rain. I know that this phone is not waterproof, and I'm not sure about the gimbal. But it's a cheap phone. I had to buy a replacement because my Samsung flip phone decided to break after about 2 months. So I've just got this as a replacement. But yeah, my missus is away, so I thought, why not get out? I've just been to the local shop and I've bought some snacky bits so I can sit and wait and see if the weather does break. Keep getting disturbed by the dog. Anyway, what I was saying is I've got some snacky bits here. I've got some bits for the dog. That'll last about 10 seconds. Just got a bread roll and some hummus, and we're just going to sit here and see if the weather does break. If it does break, we're going to go back up and see if I can get you some footage from the top of the cliffs. This is just literally 2 minutes drive from where I live, so it's just a test video really. We'll be doing some camping videos, probably either start at the beginning, at the end of this week, or it will be from next week onwards. Also, my son Jack, he may well come on some trips. I've just bought him some camping gear for Christmas. We've done some Wales trips before, Snowdon and the Brecon Beacons together. Same with my daughter. She seems a little bit less keen, but if she does decide that she wants to do it, then you know, she'll be part of it as well. But I would imagine predominantly it would be, to start with, me and Jack, me and Rob, or me on my own, on a solo camp. Mainly wild camps, maybe a little bit of stealth camps as well. Some places we're not supposed to be, not really supposed to be anywhere, I suppose, because it is illegal in this country to wild camp, but people don't really care as long as you're not causing any grief, and we never do. As long as you're not leaving rubbish everywhere, and again, we don't. So we always make sure it's as we left it, if not better, when we leave. But I'm going to ride this out. I'm going to just switch the camera around to see if you can see. I'm not actually, because I don't know how to do it, but I'll show you later. I'm sat overlooking the sea with the lighthouse. It's very nice. We'll sit here and have a little snack, and if the weather breaks, we've got all afternoon. We'll pop up the top and I'll show you the view from the top. There's the Coast Guard Tower up there, and you can see some of the old Second World War ruins. Been sat here for a little while now. Dog's getting a bit antsy, and the weather is not letting up. It is still pretty rough out there. I was going to show you the sea, but my windows are all steamed up, and like I said, I don't think the gimbal, well, I don't know if the gimbal was waterproof, but the phone definitely is not, so I'm not going to get out and do that today. I will do some more over the next couple of days, just as a practice, just to tell you a little bit more about what's going on, or what will be going on moving forward. Obviously it's going to be in and around work, so it's not going to be every day, but we'll try and do one a week, or 3 a month, maybe, you know, just to get the ball rolling. This one will come out sometimes. She's getting on a bit now though. She's 9 years old, so she's not as sprightly as she was. We do have another dog, a little Rottweiler. Not so little now, but she's about 2 years old. She goes to dog school every day. My missus drops her on the way to her work and then picks her up on the way home. Because I am working all the time she's away, and I leave early, or I get back late, or both, I can't have both the dogs, so she is staying at this school for the 2 weeks while my missus is away. So it is just me and this one. Her name's Gray, for the next 2 weeks. But they'll both come out sometimes. You know, if we're doing a trip where there's no need to be particularly quiet, like if we do one in the middle of a forest, which we've done several times before, then she will come with us on that one. If we're doing a more stealthy camp, I'll leave the dogs at home, because they'll just give me up straight away. be no point. As you saw, anyone has any tips on what are the best editing apps or tools, or you know, companies to use, or not so much companies, but apps, I suppose, to use for editing, then let me know. You know, like I say, I'm brand new. Anything would help and be much appreciated. Yes, also I meant to say, one of our good friends, mine and Rob's friend, ex-work colleague, has moved to Wales recently, up to his family, and moved over there, North Wales, near Snowdonia. So we're going to do a trip to go and visit him. He's ex-army. He's never been on a trip with us as yet, but he's ex-army. He's going to have some tips and things to show you as well from his experience in the forces. So that would be quite well, it'll be a very scenic trip, and it'll be quite a useful trip for anyone who's beginning, to see some tips. Me and Rob have been doing it for some time as well, so we can show you some bits and bobs, and also we're here to learn as well. There's some people on here that are far more experienced than we are and have got much better kit. You know, we're not claiming to have loads of great kit. Our kit is pretty basic, but it does us for what we want. You know, we're not very wealthy. We both run normal jobs, so we've got the kit that we've got, and we go out and we do enjoy ourselves. You know, you don't need the best kit. You don't need Hilleberg tents to go out and have a bit of fun. We always have a bit of fun. We'll have a few beers sometimes. We'll have a fire sometimes. We'll do a bit of cooking. we'd take loads of photos. In fact, I will see if I can stick some photos from previous camps that we've done onto the end of this video, so you can get a little idea of, you know, what we've done in the past. Mainly they're summer ones. We did do a winter one at the very end of November this year, just past. We did that near Bayham Abbey, if you know where that is, near Tunbridge Wells. It was just in the forest along from Bayham Abbey, but that was -2 at times, and the kit that we had was just about bearable for that. I mean, ideally would have preferred something a bit more. Don't have a 4-season sleeping bag, that would have been ideal, but we had a summer sleeping bag and we chucked that inside our other sleeping bags, and the tents that we used both broke, the poles, Van Gogh tents. So we've been and got some new tents, and in the January sales, and we've got a few other bits, like I say. So we'll show you our kit, we'll show you what we do. Like I say, you don't need to spend loads of money. If it's something you want to get into, if you watch the videos and you like what we're doing and you think, you know, that's a bit of me, I fancy that, I'll have a go, then just, you know, a couple of £100 and you can be out. But yeah, we'll run through our kit, links to it and the such, and we'll do some reviews on other bits of kit, and you can make your own minds up if it's something you want to do and what you want to buy. Loads of other people out there doing reviews as well, so it's just, you know, another person's opinion. But if you're going to spend that sort of money and you don't have loads to throw about, then you want to make sure you're making the right decisions on what you're getting. There's been a little break in the rain, so I'm going to try and get up to the top here and show you the fort from the top of the cliff. I'll probably end up getting soaked, but hey-ho. It's the only day I've got really this week to try and show you anything. If I show you up there, you can see that is the Coast Guard Tower up the top there. If you look over that way, that row of houses, you can see there. That's where we live, in one of them. So yeah, up the top there, you can see the beginnings of the fort. And I'll bring you back in just a minute when we get up there and you can see over the cliffs and over the sea, etc. Right, this is the top of the cliffs, guys. Terrible choice of footwear for today. Just been arse over tit on the way up here, so I'm a bit caked in mud. The rain has started a little bit again, but we nearly went again. But you can see the ground's very wet, very slippery, and I've come out in flat trainers, so yeah, that's my bad. But just up here, there's the Coast Guard Tower there. Just up here you can see part of the fort. This is where one of the big guns was. Bloody hell. Sorry guys, went over again nearly. Here is where one of the big guns was, overlooking the sea. There's another one up the top there. You can't see it from here, but it's behind the tower. It's all closed off now, you can see it's been bricked up and that, but you get an idea. Not a bad view. And this is a bit of that history or interesting places to visit that I was talking about earlier. something to stop and make you think a bit, especially if you're camping and you've got time to really look around and take it all in. But again, this is just an introduction video. I thought I'd show you something, and this is what you've got today. I'm going to try and get back to the van without ending up on my back. You can see that mark on the back, dog's back. She's got a bit of a skin condition there. She gets it from time to time. It's nothing serious. She's got some meds for it, so that'll be cleared up soon. But yeah, if I show you my footwear, you can see that I've not come prepared. So if I go over, you're going to see it. Oi, you're going to see it happen. Right, there we go. Never camped up here. I don't know if I would, being that it's so close to home. And I can come here whenever I want. I do prefer to go somewhere a bit further afield. Not necessarily always somewhere that I haven't been before, but somewhere a bit further afield that, you know, I don't have the ability to go to every day, just to make it a bit more interesting for myself. Also, my mate Rob, excuse the hand, he lives about an hour away down the coast. So we tend to, I'll go and pick him up, he doesn't drive. I'll tend to go and pick him up, and we'll find somewhere in the middle of both of us, so that I'm not then driving back this way just to drive all the way back down to drop him off. But it's not too bad. She's seen something. It's the only time she runs these days. She's 9 now. We decided to get the puppy a couple of years ago, Callie, the little Rottweiler, just to try and keep this one young. It has worked a bit. She was slowing down and she was not doing a lot. So we thought if we get another one, a younger one, it might breathe some life back into the old girl. And it has to a point. She does get on her nerves a bit, but she'll always tell her off when she gets too much. That there, if you can see down there, let's see if I can zoom it. Right. Anyway, that's where the ferry comes in. I'll show you that one day when I'm down here and it comes in randomly. I'll show you. Anyway, the sky looks full of rain, so I'm going to put the equipment away, head back to the van, and I'll bring you back in a little bit. I'm just sat in the van by the beach with a gimbal that doesn't seem to want to work, but if you have watched this far, thank you. The videos to come will be a bit more interesting, and feel free to give it a like, our first ever like on the channel. All right, cheers, bye now.